I'm gonna talk about tier lists right now. But first of all, let me tell you my opinion on tier lists. I think tier lists don't matter much. Especially if you're an online player, tier lists really don't matter. Because, first of all, you don't even know how to play the game if you're an online player. Even if you're like a Raijin, you just don't know enough about the game for tier lists to matter, you know? You don't know matchups and stuff. And you don't even know how to fully play your character to their fullest potential. And I also think it's impossible to play a character to their fullest potential, because we are humans, we make mistakes, you know? So, for example, Kazuya has a 13 frame launcher, but it's so difficult to do that no Kazuya player is going to do that consistently. 13 frame EVGF, that's difficult. Any way to make the background darker? No. I might as well turn off the stream chat for this one. Like this, yep. And at the highest level of Tekken gameplay, tier lists matter, but not as much as people think. Because in the end, fundamentals will win, no matter how good the character of the opponent is, you know? That's why players like Rangchu could win. Uftika, thank you for the tier 1 sub. And yeah, so for example, consistency matters the most in tournament level gameplay. So Rangchu could win a Tekken World Tour event, but in the end, Ni is a better player overall because he places high in more tournaments than Rangchu does, you know? He is more consistent with his wins. I also see players say stuff like, oh, Xiaoyu does not win tournaments, so she cannot be top tier. And once again, fundamentals are what matter the most. And Tekken is a legacy-based game. You will rarely see new players win tournaments consistently. That's why we keep seeing players like Ni, JDCR, and Chanel win tournaments. You know? Consistency really matters. And yeah, Ni is a player who has been playing Tekken for a long time. And not just Ni, but many other top level players. Okay. I think we can start now. I would place Jin as top tier, of course. He's extremely well-rounded. I don't think he has any weaknesses. Not at all. And low tier will be... where is he? Gigas, of course. Here is Gigas. And he has faults. I would place him somewhere here. This all can change with time, okay? Okay, let's pick Kazuya. He's definitely weaker than Jin, and he's pretty well-rounded, but not as much as Jin. Kazuya can be really unsafe, and his poking isn't that good. For now, we're gonna place him here. Kazuya also has the scariest 50-50 in the game in devil form. And Heihachi. That's difficult. For now, I would say Heihachi is a little more, no, slightly more well-rounded than Kazuya. Of course, I don't play these characters, so that's another thing I want to mention about this tier list. I don't know everything about the game. I don't know all the characters. But I will still place them somewhere in the tier lists based on my understanding of the game. Okay? Alisa. Alisa is top tier, yep. Not sure if she's as good as Kazuya. Somewhere here. And she's super well-rounded. I don't think she has many weaknesses. Perhaps her offense isn't as good, but she's a great keep-out character. Her keep-out tools are great. Magic 4, down forward 4. Although I think that it's once you backdash a lot against Alisa, and you stay at range 2 or something like that, she isn't as good anymore. Her offense, I mean. So yeah, I would place her somewhere here. She also has lots of, I would say, gimmicks. Oh, that's another thing about this tier list. I will not take gimmicks into consideration. I will take into consideration the way the character is supposed to be played, you know? So Alisa has lots of gimmicks like the knockdown low, down back 4, which is really bad in high-level gameplay because it's seeable. So yeah. Lars, definitely low tier. Above Gigas, somewhere above Gigas. He's more well-rounded than Gigas for sure. His punishment is good. But his offense just not good at all. Not good at all. It does not work. Somewhere here, yep. Akuma, I will leave him for now. Paul. I don't know that much about Paul since I've never played him. I think he has more faults than Kazuya, slightly more faults. Let's move Heihachi and Kazuya like this. Slightly below Kazuya and Heihachi, I'd say. Paul is very well rounded, you say? I don't know, he seems kind of unsafe to me. For example, his famous Death Fist and Demoman mix-up. It's all unsafe. But he also has a 14 frame launcher, like Alisa. Somewhere here. Law. Somewhere in the middle. I'd say Law is below Paul. He's good at, but I don't think he's as good as people say he is. His counter hit, he's focused a lot on counter hits, but then again, I feel like his counter hit tools are kind of risky, you know? Law is next to Jin. I can't agree with that. Even Law's rage drive isn't as good. It's 24 frames past, as far as I know, so it's reactable. I don't know. I can't decide. Let's place him here. I'd say Heihachi has much better offense than Law. And Heihachi has great mids. That's what makes his pressure so good. I don't think Law has such good mids. Law is pretty good at poking and counter hitting, but I feel like Claw is just slightly unsafe.